A very good afternoon and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News on this 18th of October 2025. My name is Moureen Babirye. Let's get right into it. Now, the State House Comptroller, Jen Badeche, has led a capacity building session for SACCO leaders, commercial officers, district leaders, and youth and women league representatives from Bukedi, Busoga, and Bugisu sub-regions. The training took place at the Bukedi sub-region Presidential Industrial Hub in Chibuku district. The session aimed to guide leaders on the management and accountability of SACCO fundraiser by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to support graduates of the 6th-month vocational programs with startup capital. She reminded them that the funds are interest-friendly at 6% per annum, significantly lower than commercial lending rates. She also warned that any misuse of the funds would lead to arrest and prosecution, stressing government's zero tolerance for corruption. Engineer Raymond Kamugisha, Director of Presidential Projects and Industrial Hubs, announced the introduction of the 4 new vocational courses, that is plumbing, electrical installation, automobile mechanics, and weaving and knitting, beginning in January. Abdallah Aziz Epalat, manager of SACCOs and government payments, encouraged trainees to adopt digital financial tools such as the Wendy mobile wallet for safer transactions. The training featured testimonies from former trainees who have successfully established businesses in tailoring, hairdressing and welding after completing their courses at the hub and receiving startup capital. The session is part of a nationwide initiative to equip leaders with financial management skills, enhance accountability. We have the details.
Nothing and what to start. And I'm sure
In more news, Kapelebyong Primary School, built in the 1954 and a remnant of Uganda's colonial era, has received a major upgrade in Kapelebyong district. A newly constructed classroom block valued at 280 million Uganda shillings, constructed and funded by the Ministry of Teso Affairs, has been completed. This development fulfills President Museveni's earlier pledge and comes in anticipation of his upcoming presidential campaign visit to the district next week.
Pupils have been learning in what can be described as a structure on the verge of collapse, with cracked walls, rusted roofs and crumbling floors.
It will drop any time, it will collapse any time, since it is dilapidated.
The building had long been condemned, yet it continued to house hundreds of learners daily, posing serious safety risks.
And they instructed us not to continue using them, but we have been risking to make learners be there because we don't have any other structures.
With an enrollment of 800 pupils, Kapelebyong Primary School has been for years grappling with the shortage of classroom space.
We have 834. So the ratio is 1 to 100.
The new block, constructed at a cost of 280 million shillings, offers modern learning space and makes the first major infrastructure investment here in decades.
We are so much grateful to the Office of the Prime Minister for the 3 classroom block we are having. Much as we have high enrollment in those other classes, but now 5 classes have been covered.
It was funded by the Ministry of Teso Affairs to fulfill President Museveni's pledge ahead of his anticipated forthcoming presidential campaigns in the district.
when we do work here in Kapelebyong as a ministry, we do it in fulfillment of presidential pledges. Some people don't appreciate that. The next time the president comes here, you will hear people telling him, the other pledge of Kapelebyong Primary School, up to today you have done nothing. He has not done nothing. That 3 classroom block is from the president. He's the one who created the Ministry of Teso Affairs. When I work on behalf of the president.
Local leaders have pledged to support him in the coming elections, citing his tireless efforts in ensuring security, which they say has significantly transformed education in the district.
The parents are taking up with the education. They had lost hope at first, but because of the security status within here, at least the parents are coping up and they are supporting the school.
But we want to appreciate this government through His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. During his visit in 2016, he pledged to rehabilitate the school, and that is Kapelebyong Primary School. And today, I'm humbled to say thank you.
While the new structure is a welcome development, school administrators say more still needs to be done, including constructing more classrooms to meet the surging demand. Oku Joseph, UBC.
Now, in a bold move to advance global scholarship, Makerere University has inked a landmark memorandum of understanding with the University of the West of England, setting the stage for transformative collaboration in research, innovation, and academic exchange. We have the details.
The signing, presided over by Vice-Chancellor Professor Barnabas Nawangwe and University of West England Deputy Vice-Chancellor Joe Midgley, marked a defining moment in strengthening cross-continental ties between Africa and Europe.
It's one of the things that we must tackle as a university, and we have established an innovation pod here, and we shall soon be establishing a science and technology innovation park to address those issues of job creation, but also of course on how we train our students so that they can go out there and create their own jobs and not just look for jobs, to go out to create their own jobs and also employ the others who have not had the opportunity to come to the university.
The new partnership unlocks opportunities for joint breakthroughs in climate science, technology, sustainable agriculture, wildlife conservation, early childhood development, and elderly care, aimed at tackling today's most pressing global challenges.
At the university, we talk about an agenda which we describe as RISE, and that broken down is research, innovation, skills, and enterprise. And I think for the reasons that you have described, those four things have to come together for the future of both our university, but also any partnerships and the work that we do globally. So, unlike Makerere, I'm afraid we don't do research in every single area, but we do focus on things that we feel we have real strength and can evidence strength, and where we're really keen to build enduring partnerships.
This partnership was executed in collaboration with the Uganda High Commission in London.
Vice Chancellor Sir, these are not the only team we are working with. We have about 4 other universities in line, and we have a partnership with other hospitals that we are working along, having it to a conclusion, to work with our team in the health sector. And we look forward to your support so that we can have all this to a conclusion.
During their visit, the University of West England delegation met Professor Sarah Sali, who is Makerere's Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Academic Affairs. They held discussions with several colleges to explore joint research projects, student and staff exchanges, and new academic programs that will shape the next generation of innovators. With this collaboration, Makerere University reaffirms its status as a beacon of innovation and excellency, driving Africa's contribution to global knowledge and sustainable development.
Thank you for that report. Now, a team of volunteer lecturers from Nigeria has arrived to teach at Cavendish University, Uganda. They were warmly received by the Nigerian ambassador to Uganda, who highlighted strengthened academic ties and regional cooperation in higher education. Take a look.
These Nigerians that we've received yesterday are professionals. Some of them are professors, some associate professors. The least amongst them is a holder of a master's degree. It is expected that they will offer their expertise to contribute to knowledge in Uganda, as well as to human capital development The program lasts for 2 years. They will be in Uganda for 2 years. Their duty tour will last for the next 2 years. And one of the interesting things about this very program is the government of Nigeria provide all their allowances. The only obligation on the part of the government of Uganda is to offer them with suitable accommodation, utilities, and their transport, as well as medicals. Basically, these are some of the things. Yes, the major message to them is they are ambassadors of Nigeria, and therefore whatsoever they are doing, they must live within the limits of the law of the government of Uganda, and for them to impact the requisite knowledge for Africa, for Uganda, and by extension Africa.
Cavendish has a student population from over 47 different countries, and it's a growing body, an institution that cherishes experience and expertise from across the world. And having the Nigerian professors is one of the initiatives that can help us to achieve the objective of educating the students community better. Because as we get the expertise from Nigeria, these professors have worked for many years, and they have garnered a lot of experience, which they will be able to share with our student community, and that we expect will improve the quality of the delivery we give to our students.
Now, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, Engineer Moureen Babirye, has urged energy generators across the country to develop and implement policies aimed at addressing energy-related challenges, especially those concerning dam safety and associated risks. Her message was delivered by the Assistant Commissioner, Engineer Julius Wamala, during the first ever Emergency Preparedness and Response Plan Sensitization Workshop for Uganda's hydroelectricity supply industry, organized by Bujagali Energy Limited.
Bujagali Energy Limited officially launched a dam break emergency preparedness and response plan, the first of its kind in Uganda, aimed at strengthening readiness and response mechanisms against potential dam-related disasters that could threaten both communities and the country at large. The initiative follows a dam break drill conducted in June 2024, which revealed that several key response teams and stakeholders were not adequately prepared to handle a dam break incident.
This is absolutely essential for management of life downstream in the areas that will be potentially inundated by the flood flows.
The launch brought together various stakeholders from Uganda's hydroelectricity sector in a joint effort to enhance awareness and preparedness for dam safety.
We can all work as islands and try and generate our own capability, each of us reinventing the wheel, but it's far more effective for us to collaborate as a group, as an industry, to come up with a unified set of practices.
Representing the Energy Ministry's Permanent Secretary, Assistant Commissioner Engineer Wamala commended Bujagali Energy Limited for its proactive approach to dam safety, noting that such initiatives are crucial for safeguarding national energy infrastructure.
Uganda has invested in electricity infrastructure, with the current total installed general capacity currently standing at 2,091.1 megawatts, predominantly from renewable energy sources, especially hydro. This means that dams continue to pose potential risks to the communities in which they are built.
She, however, urged all stakeholders to implement concrete emergency policies and plans to strengthen disaster readiness across the entire hydropower sector.
Dam safety and emergency preparedness are not optional. They are integral to sustainable hydropower operations and public safety. It is therefore our collective responsibility to ensure that these facilities are operated safely, monitored continuously, and that robust emergency response systems are in place.
Engineer Anjita from UGCL noted that although long-serving structures like Nalubal and Chila dams remain stable, frequent inspections and maintenance are necessary to ensure continued safety.
All the works that we have been doing on the dam, we've done a lot of grouting on the dam. We continuously and regularly take instrument readings from the dam, from the instruments that were installed in the dam, at least to make sure that it's performing as desired. And based on that, it's performing as desired.
Participants at the workshop described the sensitization on dam break emergency response as both timely and essential in light of growing environment and operational risks. Rebecca Nantongo, UBC News.
Thank you, Nantongo, for that report. Now, on a rather distressful note, candidates of Senior 4 sitting for their UCE examinations at Bishop Nanchama Memorial Senior Secondary School in Kalagala, Luwero District survived death after a hailstorm blew away the roof of the girls' dormitory. The head teacher, Mobiru Robert Nicholas, says the Thursday afternoon heavy rains destroyed property worth millions of shillings.
Senior 4 candidates sitting for their UCE examinations at Bishop Nanchama Memorial SS in Kalagala, Luwero District are in tears following Thursday afternoon hailstorm that blew away the girls' dormitory at the school. Fortunately, no student was injured since they were still doing their examinations by the time the hailstorm did the damage. The head teacher, Mobiru Robert Nicholas, is now appealing to government and well-wishers to support the school overcome this tragedy.
At 4 p.m. we experienced a natural catastrophe. As you can see in the background, the rains came with strong storms, and the two roofs of the girls' dormitories were blown off, and we got that very big disaster. But we thank God, all in all, we thank God that no life was lost, no injuries were sustained, though the damages on the structures are really diverse.
This was during the monitoring exercise by officials from the Office of the National Chairman in partnership with the Office of the Minister of State for Higher Education, Dr. J.C. Muyingo, to various schools in Kalagala Sub-County, Luwero District. During the monitoring exercise, the ONC coordinator from Greater Luwero Districts, Abdul Karim Waswa, visited schools to find out the challenges they face and also assess accountability of government funds, among others.
We are so glad to our former MOP, Dr. J.C. Muyingo, for the contribution of our area. He has given us the opportunity to enlighten the nation about educating our children. And I want more to thank the community at large for giving us the children.
The head teachers of various schools visited commended government for the continuous support despite several challenges.
Males share pediatrics with the, by the way, even our female teachers, we share. We use the pediatrics for boys. We have two stances, one for males and one for our female teachers.
And some of the challenges that we are undergoing here, that we are not having enough facilities. For example, the latrines, they are not enough. And then the water, the drinking water.
Now in more news, this World Food Day, Adventist Development Relief Agency, ADRA, Uganda's Aspire project, is shining a light on building self-reliance within refugee settlements. By focusing on agriculture and education, Aspire is training both refugees and host communities in climate-smart farming and providing access to land. This includes block farming and distributing high-yield, drought-resistant crops. Crucially, the program integrates value addition and skill development to help families secure both food and income.
Aspire projects, the main objective is to ensure that refugees, their resilience are built so that they have food in their household. For this block farm where we are in, Aspire seeks to promote climate-smart food production, and we engage our groups and our groups and farmers in the production of high-value crops. For example, we are here in the rice block farm that is located in Pitia village. This block farm is 105 acres. We put farmer groups in blocks where each person has 1 acre.
Here, this village is called the Lokopio, where we support refugees and host community in cassava production. Basically, where we are, this is a refugee group that we supported them with 10 acres of cassava. where we gave them cuttings and they planted. This cassava is called Inarokas 1, the higher yield crop in Bidi, and is the local food for mostly the refugees.
To Bidi 2016 December, we were doing saving and liquid soap making. So due to food categorization, we come with the idea that we should do farming so that it will support our families.
We've really appreciated ADRA because, first of all, they have really been able to provide for us such a big piece of land, which we are really able to cultivate on and meet our expectation. Actually, before, we used to hire land, which was not really easy for us.
So last year, we were able to sell rice, which we used to sell at low price during our farming days. When ADRA came, we were able to sell rice last year, sell rice at 3,000 per kilo.
Now, sugarcane farmers under their umbrella organization, Bunyoro Sugarcane Farmers Cooperative Union Limited, have dismissed allegations of fueling sugarcane theft in the region. It follows allegations from Kinyara Sugar Limited that they intercepted and recovered 24 tons of sugarcane allegedly stolen from their field in what authorities say is a fresh evidence that reopened weighbridges are abetting cane theft in the region.
There seems to be emerging cases of stealing sugarcane in Bunyoro sub-region. Last Tuesday, October 14th, sugarcane was found at Rukondwa Way Bridge in Bikonzi sub-county, Bujenji County in Masindi district. It was after Kinyara Sugar Limited security officers tracked the vehicles to Rukondwa, where they found the cane dumped. Police have registered the case under file references 02/24/10/2025 and 26/14/10/2025 and impounded the truck as evidence. Preliminary police investigation show that the stolen sugarcane was loaded on contractor truck on the evening of October 13th from Kingo number 6 field part of Kinyara's estate, and the driver allegedly diverted the cane to Rukondwa Way Bridge. But the chairperson Bunyoro Sugarcane Farmers Cooperative Union Limited, Muhammadu Kazimbiraine, told UBC that the union has installed cameras at the Way Bridge to track all activity. He also responded to allegations of a lorry that entered their Way Bridge in Rukondwa between midnight and AM without reporting to the authorities.
There is no reason why anybody's sugarcane should be taken without him knowing how much sugarcane has been taken from him. And we have continued to operate this way with us. But jealousies and unethical competitions try to derail operations.
I've come out to bring to light the allegations that were over the social media yesterday and NTV, claiming that stolen cane was destined for Victoria Sugar. I wanted to make it categorically clear that we are not involved in such acts. We are buying our sugarcane from the cooperative. We do not buy sugarcane from farmers.
The head of security at the Way Bridge, Sharif Migade, says they start measuring sugarcane at 7 AM and close at 6:30 PM.
Tukola okuva ku ssaawa emwezi okumakya paka ssaawa 12:00 omuntu yenna aleeta ebikajjo nga zisuuse ssaawa 12:00 tubeera tetupima bikajjo bye era tuba tetubikkiriza kuyinga.
Kinyara Sugarcane Public Relations Officer Francis Mugerwa said the company's security and haulage teams discovered the diversion and tracked the lorry trucks to Chikondwa Way Bridge.
In a new development, the Uganda National Association of the Blind has urged government to fast-track the full implementation of the Marrakesh Treaty, an international instrument aimed at easing access to published works for persons who are blind or visually impaired or in Braille format. The association says limited access to these published works has left many blind people behind when it comes to development.
Uganda ratified the Marrakesh Treaty in 2018. However, progress in domesticating it into national law has been slow. Without amending the Copyright and Neighbouring Rights Act, thousands of visually impaired Ugandans remain excluded from accessing textbooks, academic materials, and other published works in Braille or audio formats.
Ugandans are good at signing or bringing good laws, but they don't take action. That's my problem with Ugandans. So they signed the treaty, they are not taking action. They are sitting on it. They have read it in the parliament, it was in the cabinet, but nobody is taking very serious action. So we are pushing for these laws to be amended. The parliament should bring it and read it, debate it, and insert what the Marrakesh Treaty allows.
They said the proposed amendments to the Copyright and Neighbouring Rights Act of 2025 must create clear expectations that allow authorized institutions to reproduce and share works without violating copyright laws.
The lack of full implementation of the Marrakesh Treaty imposes a severe book famine on many Ugandans, denying them equal opportunities in education, employment, research and cultural participation. Parliament and Ministry of Justice expedite the amendment of Copyright and Neighbouring Rights Act.
Access to educational materials remain one of the biggest challenges facing blind students, where in 2024 only 28 visually impaired learners sat for senior 4 exams, a sharp drop from previous years due to lack of resources and access to learning materials.
One is that most people we find from these families of ours are from poor humble families. They are from poor families. And a child to study, for example, an equipment for the child with visual impairment, a package blade is around 3 million or 3.5. And the pen, where a child who is sighted or is a normal sight, it is 500 for a pen. So that one around puts us at a disadvantage.
Officials further called on government to make assistive technologies tax-free, improve teacher training in special needs education, and adopt inclusive voting systems that allow persons with visual impairment to vote independently.
There's a system whereby we are given the cards. One can be round, one is oval, one is rectangular, one is triangle. Now, triangle will be Museveni, okay? Then round can be Bobby Wine. So instead of going there to tick, you give me these 5 cards. So I know Museveni is a triangle. I put my hands in the envelope. I look for triangle, put in another envelope. I go to ballot box.
Moureen Babirye, UBC News.
A South Korean-backed initiative is transforming rural livelihoods through financial literacy and community banking in Mityana district. The Mall Gimungo's model, supported by the Korean Ministry of Interior and Safety, is equipping residents of Bukoba and Chikandwa parishes with practical skills in saving, investment and cooperative finance. Take a look.
Local communities in Bukoba and Chikandwa parishes, Mityana district, have embraced the Mall Gumugos, a South Korean model designed to promote community savings, investment and village banking.
UFCC within Mityana district, we've been training our members and also recruiting new members, teaching new members what is the importance of village banks in our communities, how these village banks can change our communities, our livelihood, and also we've taught them financial literacy.
This development follows a week-long financial literacy training supported by the South Korean Ministry of Interior and Safety and implemented by the Uganda Federation of MG Community Credit Cooperatives.
We've been able to change our communities and people can get their financial services within their areas. Great thanks to the Ministry of Interior in South Korea, which has helped us to facilitate all these trainings within Mityana district.
In Bukoba parish, participants gained new skills in financial inclusion and economic independence through community savings initiatives.
Before, we get money, but we didn't know how to save the money. Today, I learned how to save and to to get money in a small business.
The training, in summary, it has been wonderful, positive, and significant to the community. So we thank this Korean government. Really, it will help the communities.
According to Dora Nakazibwe, a financial literacy trainer, the program is transforming lives by teaching locals to manage finances more efficiently and invest collectively.
Teaching them that if someone saves can change his or her life, why do they have to change to save? Why do they have to buy shares within the MGIS? And what is the importance of these MGIS? How, and showing them how these MGIS have changed our communities since they started, and what we think can change our communities in the future.
All 5 Malgomugos cooperatives in Mityana are proving to be game changers, bridging financial barriers, reducing reliance on money lenders, and bringing financial services closer to rural households.
Now, Ugandans have been urged to remain calm in case of any road accident so as to help save their own lives or assist those involved in crashes. The call has been made by the Ambulance Africa Limited in partnership with KCCA and China Railway during a public sensitization on emergency response along Salama Road in Kampala.
In many accident situations across the country, panic and fear often lead to loss of lives, with some people running away, while others take advantage to steal from victims. To curb this, Ambulance Africa Limited, a health and safety organization, has embarked on a national campaign to train communities on how to respond and save lives during road accidents. The latest session was held along Salama Road in Kampala in collaboration with KCCA and China Railway, where a mock accident was staged to demonstrate proper emergency response.
This was today, the scenario was about a border falling into a trench where workers are working, and we have tried to see the readiness of emergency services, police, ambulance, first aiders, and evaluate ourselves to be ready to handle these sorts of occurrences that happen during our work.
Residents were also advised against panicking or fearing in the event of an accident, but rather to cooperate with security and rescue teams for quick and effective response.
Singa twenenya nebu wali webuzizaako kakati katugeze olwalero singa eddwaliro lyaffe oba eddene wano mu Uganda libadde likutta omuliro, abantu abo baali beegezezaamu ki kye bayinza okukola, oba singa wabaddewo akabenje ak'amaanyi ki kye bayinza okukola. Oyinza okwesanga olw'obutakola nteekateeka zino abantu bangi balugulamu oluba olw'okuba nti tewaaliwo nteekateeka.
According to Judy Musoke, the safeguard manager China Railway says such drills are important for public awareness.
The responsibility of the contractor, as given by our client KCCA, to ensure that there is safety on site. Okay, and what we are doing here is part of our mandate. One, to prepare people to be aware that accidents happen, to prevent them, and when they happen, what do we do?
Rebecca Nantongo, Ivan Joko, UBC News.
Thank you so much for that report. Now, at Makerere University Don, Professor Elisa Magara has urged stakeholders in the education and knowledge sector to work together in transforming authorship from a casual pastime into a recognized and respected profession. Speaking during a conference organized by the Consortium of Uganda University Librarians, participants were also encouraged to embrace artificial intelligence and other innovations such as key drivers for modern research and knowledge sharing. Take a look.
Makerere University's Professor Elisa Magara, addressing the 4th Annual CUUL Research Dissemination Conference at Imperial Hotel, observed that while many people write out of passion or intellectual drive, the craft of writing remains underappreciated as a professional career in Africa.
My job, one of my jobs is I should publish. But you as a politician is not publish, is to talk, defend government programs. But you write. So is it a job? So if it is not your job, but when you decide to write, then let it be your job. You are accountable. There are terms of reference.
He emphasized that the authorship should be recognized as a full-fledged profession within the knowledge economy, supported by institutional frameworks that enhance its visibility and value.
My view is that the technology is expanding the profession. Actually, is expanding the professional jobs and activities to be more useful to the society. Because why should I go to the library if I can get the book on the phone?
The conference, held under the theme Empowering Africa Through Open Knowledge, Bridging Present Realities and Future Innovations, brought together librarians, researchers and academicians from across the continent to explore how Africa can harness open knowledge and technology to shape the future of learning. Kenyan scholar Dr. Christine Echwenyu, who presented her research on open knowledge, underscored the importance of collaboration over competition, noting that Africa's future in research and innovation depends on digital partnerships and knowledge sharing across institutions.
Modernized research systems, we get policy influence, we also get accountable governance, and also we attain capacity for resilience, and lastly, we get a transformed society.
As discussions progress, stakeholders in education and publishing are being urged to create structures that nurture and reward authors, making writing a viable and recognized occupation within Africa's expanding knowledge society.
The Consortium of Uganda University Libraries actually presents opportunity for professionals, including publishers and content creators, to come up with strategies to make sure that information is easily accessible with the minimal cost possible for every average user.
Dr. Sarah Nachigala, Chief Librarian at Aga Khan University, reinforced the need for a stronger authorship culture and called on librarians to embrace emerging technologies like artificial intelligence to enhance library engagement and attract new readers.
We now have what we call LibGuides, whereby in case if a user wants anything, they can go to this LibGuide and get that information. Like the libraries have now designed those LibGuides in such a way that they are able to answer the queries of the users. Also, we have what we call online or virtual reference services. So now the user does not have to come to the library to inquire about anything. They can do the inquiry online.
Across the country, librarians are also being encouraged to adopt AI as an essential tool for modern research and knowledge dissemination.
In Mayuge district, a community-founded school at Busui landing site is finally receiving a long-awaited lifeline. Established in 2012 by residents seeking to provide accessible education for their children, the school has for years operated under harsh conditions with makeshift classrooms, minimal teacher pay and no formal support. But now hope is on the horizon as investors from MIG Fish Farm commit to constructing permanent classrooms and expanding the school's facilities. Take a look.
The classrooms that we use for delivering the service is this very class where I am, and the environment is not all that good for the learners. So we have really faced a challenge that in the due fact that when you're teaching and it rains, you find that the rain is obstructing the learning of the learners. So, and when it is also shining, it's also another problem. The sunshine is too much. It enters into the classrooms since they are open as you are seeing them.
We love this country and the people especially. We think that supporting education all over the world, not just in Uganda, is very important. And we came to Busui, and it happened by accidentally that the school was very close to our farm. So we passed with our car here, and one of our managers, his name is Nir, he's not here.
We came up with this as a solution to shorten the distance so that they may have a short distance and be able to be in class and learn well.
Now UBC Lunchtime News takes a break and returns with business.
Buli scandal, I call a night shift like a candle. He's stealing, and robbing, and your network is destroying.
Vandalism is an offense punishable by up to 10 years in jail.
Vando, lava vando, vando, quatta vando, vando, lava vando, tobena vando.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Welcome back from the break. Now in our business news, trade relations between Uganda and the United Arab Emirates UAE have grown significantly, reaching $2.85 billion as of September 2025, with the UAE now standing as Uganda's leading export destination globally. According to Uganda's ambassador to the UAE, Zake Chibedi, agricultural produce remains the biggest contributor to this trade growth among other key sectors. Zake made the remarks at the Uganda Media Center ahead of the upcoming Uganda-UAE Business Forum, slated for 27th to 29th October 2025 in Kampala.
The 3-day forum, now in its 4th edition, will bring together top government officials, investors, entrepreneurs and business leaders with the aim of strengthening trade and investment ties between the two nations.
These events have been taking place in both capitals. We've had them in Abu Dhabi and we've been having them in Kampala. And this time around, it is proving to us that it is a signature platform for advancing economic and commercial cooperation between Uganda and the UAE.
This being the 4th edition of the forum, a lot has been achieved through the cooperation between Uganda and the UAE, especially in boosting trade and infrastructure development. As Uganda's ambassador to UAE, Zake Chibedi explains,
the relationship between Uganda and United Arab Emirates has evolved into a dynamic and multi-faced partnership underpinned by strategic, economic, diplomatic and infrastructural collaborations. Trade between both countries has significantly increased, with the UAE emerging as Uganda's leading export destination globally as of September last year.
He also urged Ugandan suppliers, especially those in the agriculture sector, to remain consistent and reliable in their exports to the Gulf region to enhance long-term trade relations?
Mainly, out of our exports to the UAE, Ugandan exports to UAE, 50% are agricultural products valued at about $600 million US. These are mainly fruits and vegetables like avocado and also matoke, potatoes, among others. So to work towards sustainable supply, sustaining these exports, we need to organize the supply chains for consistency in terms of quality and the quantity.
The Uganda-UAE Business Forum is organized by Uganda's Embassy in Abu Dhabi, the Consulate General in Dubai, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Kampala, in collaboration with UAE Business Chambers. Rebecca Nantongo, Annette Sana, UBC News.
In more news, Uganda Railways Corporation has conducted a section takeover inspection of 135 kilometers out of the total 375 kilometers of Tororo-Gulu railway line that is under rehabilitation. Engineer Brian Sempebwa, the principal civil engineer Uganda Railways Corporation, also the project manager, revealed that the corporation is now set to resume transportation of cargo and later involve passenger business.
The rehabilitation of the 375 kilometers Tororo-Gulu railway line is undertaken by the government of Uganda with intention to enhance business connectivity from the eastern borderline of Malaba, Busia, among others, with the northern corridor and neighboring countries like southern Sudan. During a takeover inspection of the Tororo-Mbale-Kumi section, the corporation civil engineer, also the project manager, Engineer Brian Sempebwa, revealed that Uganda Railways Corporation, being satisfied with the quality of rehabilitation works contracted by China Road and Bridge Corporation.
The work is satisfactory. As a project management team, we would like to commend the contractor, China Road and Bridge Corporation, for the commendable job that has been done so far. Of course, we've had challenges along the way, but I'm glad to report that the work that we've seen today is satisfactory.
According to Engineer Sempebwa, the project is a driving force to Uganda's business connectivity from Malaba-Busia borderlines to northern corridor extending to southern Sudan and other neighboring countries.
Which is part of the government's effort for trade facilitation for the northern region. And of course that extends to South Sudan. So as part of this wider program, we have this railway track rehabilitation, which connects the northern part of Uganda, Gulu, and South Sudan directly to the coast of Mombasa. Also as part of the program is the Gulu Logistics Hub.
Speaking to the media shortly after the inspection in Kumi district, Engineer Sempebwa stressed that the resumption of train operation is set to kickstart and cautioned community members on safety of the lives and livestock in project areas.
Following the takeover of this particular section of Toro to Kumi, URC will now resume train operations along this section. And for their own safety and the safety of their animals, we urge them to desist from this activity of tying the animals to graze close to the railway line. We urge them to take all the necessary precautions.
The rehabilitation work of the project that kick-started in 2023, Tororo-Gulu railway line, is at 65%, expected to be handed over to Uganda government by February 2026, with hopes to improve trade between Uganda, Southern Sudan, Democratic Republic of Congo, among other countries.
The Microfinance Support Center has taken a significant step in expanding financial inclusion through Islamic financing. In Leda City, the center has conducted the first ever Islamic finance training for clients in the sub-regions of Lango, Acholi and West Nile.
It is a day of reflection and renewal as the Microfinance Support Center unveils its strategic plan for the next 5 years, a roadmap to deepen financial inclusion and accelerate household wealth creation.
Microfinance Support Center has planned in these next 5 years to reach to the grassroots. We build these financial institutions where they are not. And where they are, but they are limping, we help to support them. Where they are and they are strong, we also continue to make them better. This is the whole vision. We'd like everybody in these 5 years to join the financial economy. We'd like people to have money in their pockets.
The chief guest, Finance Minister Honorable Matia Kasaija, commended the MSC for its remarkable performance under the previous plan, supporting over 7.5 million individual beneficiaries, creating 1.2 million jobs, and reaching 9,000 client institutions across the country.
We are committed to ensuring the availability of funds for Microfinance Support Center through the national budget to support the full implementation of this strategic plan. This is not only an investment in Microfinance Support Center as an institution. It is an investment in the people of Uganda. It is an investment in the entrepreneurs, farmers, youth, and women who are working every day to improve their lives.
Under the previous strategy, 539 billion saving through mobilization and provision of incentives through SACCOs and groups expanded a nationwide network of 185 reference institutions and offering business development services to over 6,000 SACCOs and groups every year.
I'm here to thank you and thank you and thank you for leading us and for accepting new partners to work with us and work with us in this day. Thank you and thank you.
The new MSC Strategic Plan 2025-26 and 2029-30 is expected to unlock new opportunities for jobs, innovation and community prosperity to ensure that every Ugandan, regardless of background, gender and ability, has a fair chance to prosper. Chris Buyondo, UBC.
In our sports news, the National Council of Sports and Uganda Ladies Golf Union has officially flagged off the Uganda National Ladies Golf Team to represent the country at the East and Central Africa All-Africa Challenge Trophy set for next year at the Great Rift Valley Lodge and Golf Resort in Naivasha, Kenya. We have the details.
Led by Coach Flavia Namakula and team manager Charity Atuhaire, the three-lady squad features team captain Piska Basweka, Meron Chomugisha, and Uganda's rising star, Keisha Kagoro.
This is something that we treasure. This is something that we do as government, because each time we have players going outside there, they represent us, they represent the country. So at this time we are glad that the Golf Union is flagging off the players, not only players but ladies. You know, this is something that is unique, empowering the girl child.
The Regional Women's Amateur Golf Championship brings together elite teams from East and Central Africa, fostering competition, friendship and growth in women's golf.
As a team, I can say we are ready. We have been working so hard, like the coach has said. We are more focused, and all we can promise you is that we shall make Uganda proud.
At the championship, which is a 54-hole stroke play team event, Uganda will be up against Kenya, Rwanda, Zambia, Madagascar, Reunion, and reigning champions Tanzania.
I'm very, very proud for the time, for the discipline, for the resilience, for the commitment that they've put in for the short time that we've had to prepare for this tournament. Our main focus was on mental toughness, course strategy, and also preparing for the high pressure that is involved with the Eastern Central, all Africa, all the countries that are involved. It's not easy. I mean, the players are good.
At the last edition of this challenge trophy that is played biannually, Uganda finished 4th in Rwanda.
And that brings us to the end of our UBC Lunchtime News Bulletin this afternoon. Thank you so much for your audience. My name is Moureen Babirye. Have a lovely weekend.